The most terrifying force of death comes from the hands of men who wanted to be left alone. They try so very hard to mind their own business and provide for themselves and those they love. They resist every impulse to fight back, knowing the forced and permanent change of life that will come from it. They know that the moment they fight back, their lives as they have lived them are over. The moment men who wanted to be left alone are forced to fight back, it is a form of suicide. They are literally killing off who they used to be.
There are some people who just want to be left alone. The Little Rascals. Y'all know me, I like to use movies and TV shows and cartoons to assist me in making my point. And a couple of times I've had people come tell me that shows and movies and such are not real, so they can't be applied to the real life goings on.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. There's no wonder you get D's and everything.
Of course, movies and things can be used as examples, and often movies and TV shows and songs and paintings and things like that are depictions of life, and even inspired by something that happened in real time. So shut up.
Oh, come on, get some action in it. Come on, let's get some pep in it. Go on, fight. Go on, Bobby. Hey, stop that bloody massacre.
I'm gonna use the Little Rascals, okay? They had a boxing league. You know the Little Rascals. You remember, some of y'all remember the Little Rascals. They had everything. They had their own fire department. They had football leagues, detective agencies. They had everything. So they had a boxing league that wasn't doing so well.
Get into him, fight. Hey, listen, Billy, we've been gypped. I'm gonna go get my money back. Say, fella, I paid money to see a prize fight. Not a baby cry. I want my money right now. Well, what do you think you get for a baseball and a bean shooter? Jack Dempsey or Mickey Leonard? Your part of the bunk. Well, we lost money again. As a matchmaker, you're nothing but bad news. Oh, is that so? Maybe you think you could promote a fight.
Two characters was in that episode. Joe and Chubby. Joe and Chubby, they used to fight each other over a girl. Then one day they decided that enough was enough.
You're a great guy. I like you, Chubby. Oh, I'm not so much, Joe. You paid a nickel for the pop, didn't you? Oh, say. As long as we live, we'll never fight over Gene anymore, will we, Chub? No, sir. Never again. Take. We'll be pals forever. You bet. I'm off women for life. Here.
Towards the end of this commentary, I'll tell you why I'm doing this, but not long after their truce, Joe and Chubby fell out again.
Hey, one raspberry pop. Ladies here.
I'll show you later how they got to ripping each other's clothes off.
Hot doggy, now there's a couple of real fighting men. All those guys won't fight. They've been growling at each other for years.
But the Rascals had that boxing league, and like I showed you, it wasn't doing too well.
Wait. We'll meet again sometime. And when we do, watch out, that's all. those guys won't fight. They've been growling at each other for years. How come they won't fight? Joe can't get mad enough, and Chubby is scared. Boy, if we can only get them to North Stadium, we sure could pack them in.
There are some people who just want to be left alone. But there are other people who don't care much for that idea.
Boy, if we can only get them to North Stadium, we sure could pack them in. Hey, cut that out! Cut it out! Doggone it! Don't you ever do that again! There's one thing in the world that makes me mad, and that's to have my hair mussed. Look! Look! Boy, my brain just laid an idea. Come on!
Now, I went through all of that because of something I saw from somebody who goes by the channel name of Off the Grid. And what he did reminded me of something I've talked about a whole bunch of times, a lot of times, many times. The Little Rascals was because of this thing described as save yourself. It reminded me of something that Carlin did, reminded me of something what Max Egan did. A lot of people have done this. And I do understand and agree with people who are suggesting save yourself. But where they are trying to apply it to does not fit. It doesn't fit into the reality we live in. Because we live where people don't want to just leave us alone.
You bet. I'm off women for life. Me too. Good morning, boys. Gee, I'm thirsty. I wish I had some pop. I'm awful thirsty.
That's how Chubby and Joe was ripping each other's clothes off. That's how they got back to that. Racing to each other to get the soda for that girl. But the girl stamping her feet into the ground is the reason that I keep the only solution in the description box on YouTube and on Rumble. But we don't live in Save Yourself, where we can just sit on the curb and mind our own business. We live in making one mad enough and making the other one not scared to fight. That's where we live at. And they've been trying to get us to fight. The elite, the 1%, the few I call them, they've been trying to get us to fight. And not just with our ideological differences or, our usual fussing and fighting back and forth. I mean the real fight. They want the big one, the war in the streets. They want it on that level. Especially the race war that a lot of us are expecting is inevitable. But they tried everything, but we won't bite. We won't bite because, fortunately, one side is too scared, and the other side ain't scared, but they haven't got mad enough. We live in fuel on the fire. We don't live in the world of save yourself. We live in the world of there are people who just want to be left alone. Just want to be left alone was said in response to people who just want to pick and push and poke and prod at people to bring them right to the brink of losing their shit, and they'll just go pop and just go bananas on everybody. We don't live in save yourself. People that just want to be left alone was meant to be a warning.
Holy shit.